Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be discussing two topics of minimalism. The first one is tips to help you minimalize, and the second one is things that I stopped buying once I applied these tips and once I went on or started my journey to minimalism. So hopefully these help you. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so you guys see I have my little list here and my pen. Y'all know what it is. So first we're going to talk about tips to help you minimalize. So let's say now you've decided, hey, like I have a lot of stuff, I'm cluttering my life, I want to try to, get this under control. Once I took that responsibility, I had to sit down and ask myself some questions and kind of evaluate why I wanted to be a minimalist. And I have a video on that already, so make sure that you check that out in the minimalism and veganism playlist. So I have 4 things for you, and the first one is choose function over feeling. Oftentimes we're holding on to things that represent a specific memory, or like grandma's cloth or her quilt that is just so sentimental to us but we never use. It's just there for decoration. It's taking up space, like in the in the towel cabinet or whatever, in the hall closet, what have you. So I mean, it is sentimental because it's grandma's quilt, but I mean, the quilt doesn't represent grandma. Like, you always have that memory of her. So like things like that, like where we're just holding on to things because they make us feel good and they don't actually function for us. We're not getting any daily use or any weekly use or just any use at all out of them. So I would say the first thing is definitely choose function over feeling, but because you'd be surprised how much stuff you're holding on to just because you have an emotional connection to the person who gave it to you. So that'll be the first thing. The second thing, I would say season clean every season. We often hear about like spring cleaning or winter cleaning or whatever, but you can do like a declutter spring, summer, fall, and winter. I do that just when the seasons change. I just kind of go through everything and evaluate everything, just to have less clutter build up, if that makes sense. So definitely season clean. Don't just do it in the spring, but do it kind of every season of the year, and that'll really help you form a schedule and a routine to decluttering and kind of getting into minimalism. I would say the third thing is learn and explore. It's nothing like someone saying, oh, I want to lose weight, or oh, I want to go vegan, or oh, I want to be more of a minimalist, and don't know anything about it. So make sure that you're doing your research. Make sure that this is something that you can apply to your life. Make sure that it's something that's a realistic goal, and make sure that it's something that you can hold steadfast to and really adopt as a lifestyle. So make sure that you're doing your research. And the last thing is take baby steps. Any new lifestyle change, anything that you're adding to your life is not going to happen overnight. So you're not going to be able to declutter your entire home or to minimalize your entire wardrobe or all of your belongings or what have you. You have to take baby steps. This is something that I've been doing almost for a year now. I started last summer, and although I'm not where I want to be, I am in a much better place than I was when I started. People still tell me, oh, you have so much stuff, and my response is, but it's not nearly as much stuff as it once was. So don't be afraid to take baby steps. This is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a month. It may not even happen in a year. So don't be afraid to take baby steps and to pace yourself. Now, I'm not saying get lax and get lazy. I'm just saying take your time and figure out a pace that works for you, and be okay with that. And don't feel like you have to rush into anything. So those are my 4 tips to help you minimalize. And now we're going to talk about the things that I stopped buying once I kind of adopted those concepts and applied them to my life. So the first thing that I no longer buy is greeting cards and gift bags. And what I do is when I get a gift, I reuse or upcycle the gift bag and the tissue paper. I know that may sound like a little cheap or whatever, but as long as I preserve it nicely, I actually have like a little box that's actually behind me. I don't know if you can see it in the corner there, beside the china cabinet. And that's where I keep like bows and gift bags and tissue paper and things like that. so that when it comes time for me to give a gift to somebody around the holidays, I don't have to go out and spend tons of money on Christmas bags that are like way overpriced because it's the holiday season. I already have that stuff here. The same thing goes for greeting cards and like birthday cards, anniversary cards, what have you. What I do is I get a stationery set, and they like $15 and under. You can get like 100 to 200 cards and envelopes, and what I do is instead of getting a themed card for the occasion, I just get the stationery set, and I write handwritten notes to people. And I've been doing this since like I was in college, and it really saves you a lot of money. Because think about how many greeting cards you buy within the year, and if you just write a handwritten note to someone, one, it's cheaper, and two, they'll probably appreciate it more because it's your handwriting. It's something that you took the time to, you know, sit down and write out versus just going to the store and getting a themed card. So those are two things that I no longer buy. The next thing is movies, like physical, like DVDs. This is really hard for me because I love movies, and I especially love like older movies like Sound of Music, Chicago, like all the Marilyn Monroe movies, like movies that you don't necessarily like see often. So that's why I had them on DVD, because I mean they're coming back now, like on like Netflix and Hulu and stuff, but before you couldn't really find those. So I would have like all of those, and it was just taking up so much space. And then what the issue was is I wasn't watching them that often. Now if I was watching movies like on a weekly basis, it would be fine, but I wasn't watching them, so it was hard for me to part with them, but at the same time function over feeling. I love the movies and they made me feel good, but I wasn't using them as much as I should have been for them to be taking up the amount of space that they were taking up. So I no longer buy movies. I just use like Netflix and Amazon and Hulu and like all those little hip TV things now. The next thing is I no longer buy clothes outside of my color palette. When I minimalized my closet, my wardrobe significantly, everything in there now is like neutrals. So like browns, navies, like dark purples, nudes, just really winter colors essentially is my wardrobe now. And I have my closet organized according, like, what do you call that, a color palette, so like light to darks. So I don't really wear a lot of bright colors, and that's because I really just don't like the way they look in my closet when you have like nudes and like darker colors, and then you have these pops of like bright colors. I like bright colors, but I don't wear them that often, and I don't like the way they look in my closet. So I only buy clothes that are in the color palette that I prefer, which is really more so like nudes and like darker colors and like winter colors and all those kinds of things. And I wear them year round, and I'm okay with that. So that's that. And I would say like finding a color palette that you like is really helpful. At first I didn't get it when I first got into minimalism, because I was like, you know, these people are wearing like browns every day and blacks every day. Like, I don't get it. But once you get into it, you become more like particular and more picky about what you like, because you really know what looks good on you. So I would say it's been really helpful, and I like it, and I have a lot more space in my closet now too. The next thing that I stopped buying is dishes. When I got my first apartment with my roommate, I was going out to the store and like buying so many dishes, and like we're both single, like we don't have kids or anything like that, so there wasn't really a need for me to have all these dishes, but we had all this cabinet space and I just wanted to fill it up. And I'm that person who really kind of likes interior decorating and things like that, but we don't need that many dishes. So that's one thing that I stopped buying. I even gave some of them away to the Goodwill. So that's one thing that I stopped buying that I was able to kind of like apply to my life. I know that won't really apply to everybody, but that's just one thing that I stopped buying. The next thing is nail polish. I used to have so much of it, and it got to the point where I had nail polishes that were drying out because I had so many that I couldn't get to all of them. So right now I only own 2 nail polishes. If you saw my minimal makeup collection, I showed them in there. Also because I'm trying to use like vegan and cruelty free polish, but I only have 2. And I don't buy another one until one of them is used up. So you'll really only see like either like clear nails or like a gold or like a rose gold, because those are the 2 polishes that I have now. So I stopped buying nail polish so I could actually like use, polish and use it up, and enjoy that color for a while. The next thing that I stopped buying, kind of similar to the nail polish, is makeup. Again, because I'm transitioning into vegan and cruelty-free makeup, and so I can actually enjoy my makeup and use the makeup that I have, really figure out how it works for my skin and if I like it or not. So I don't buy a new makeup product unless I've used one up already, so like a replacement. So I'm not going to buy another lipstick until I've fully used up one lipstick. So that's that. And then the last thing that I stopped buying, this was also kind of hard, this was like movies, is books, like physical books. And I'm that person, I kind of have an old soul. I like sitting down, reading a book, putting like the crinkles in the spine and turning pages and all that kind of stuff. But I just had so many books, and I'm that person, like I'll read a book once and hold on to it forever and like won't give it away or anything, because again, function over feeling. I like the feeling and enjoyment I got from reading that book, but it's not a book that I read often once I'm done with it. So I stopped buying books. I still have a few more books to knock out on my reading list, and then I'll decide, hey, like, do I want to keep this book? Do I want to give it away? And then I'm going to completely switch over to like the Audible books and like probably get an account with them. I've heard really good things about that. So yeah, and then I ran out of book space, like on my shelves and in storage space for books and everything like that. So now the books that I keep are books that I would read again, or books that, you know, I would recommend to friends, or books that I would want to pass down to like my future kids or something like that. So that helps me determine what books I want to keep and what books I don't want to keep. So yeah, so that is the last thing on our list, you guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it kind of educated you on minimalism and kind of gave you some tips on how to start and how to continue on the journey. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.